Okay, this is Red video number 6, and I talked a little bit about health, or I haven't yet. I heard on the news how some people don't get paid days to leave work. And so I thought maybe I should guarantee you get as many days off as you need to go to leave work to go to the doctor. And I also thought maybe you should get that's like taxi cabs. Taxi cab drivers will get 60% at $300 an hour, and the place they get work for will get 40% at $300 an hour. I think they have this thing, I don't remember what it's called, where people work independently. And I don't know how it works, but they really shouldn't compete with people that are professionals, but and people that are professionals should get paid more than people that do it on the side, but still they should get paid, so I don't know what we should do there. The professionals have insurance, and you're more safety, because that one guy was on there was shooting people in between rides, and you'd rather go with somebody that wasn't shooting people. But anyways, if your boss may have like a shuttle service to take you back and forth in between work, or and you'd have to have a doctor's slip when you left work, so that you'd go to your doctor. You may not have an appointment, but there are doctors you can go to on just a temporary basis where you'd have him sign the slip saying you took the day off from work to go to the doctor, so that you could prove it, and you get paid whatever your salary was normally, 60%. I don't know whether you take the whole day off, but you might take the day off from, part of the day or whatever. If you took the whole day off, then you'd have to drive yourself. If you're that ill, you might take several days off. I don't know how ill you are, but it'd be better off that you took the whole day off and to not infect everybody at work if you're ill and sick enough, and getting everybody infected at work. And I also was talking about school, where that's like there's a time in here when your kids leave school or at home and you're not home from work yet. There'd be like a shuttle service where there'd be like Down syndrome, where the school you'd pick up Down syndrome kids and take them to Down syndrome classes, or sixth grade student would go to sixth grade student classes, and high student people, some of them aren't responsible, so they'd have to go to a boys club. Some of them are, but some of them aren't. But the parent would decide. Some parents aren't responsible, so maybe the school should decide whether the student should be like going to a boys club, because it's but some students aren't responsible even when they're 30. They're still getting into trouble. But, okay, now that's like, let me think, that's like a $200 an hour break when you're working. There may be, let me think, I got to do a lot of thinking when I'm recording here. But, a lunch break, a 2-hour lunch break. There may be a shuttle service to and from work, before work, and after. Rather than having a traffic jam, your work may start earlier and end late, and there'd be a shuttle bus. I don't know how many people you have at your office. There may be several shuttle buses. The shuttle bus driver because you may get paid more than the shuttle bus driver, but the shuttle bus driver, because he's like a semi-truck driver, maybe 60% of a $300 an hour, and the 40% may pay for the bus, or the boss would get that much, maybe to pay for the bus. Let me think, and there'd maybe a guard on there, which would be a police officer, because he'd carry a gun, so that's $500 an hour to be on the bus, to walk you to your door. The rest of the people may not want to wait that long, but he can pull right up next to your door and walk you to your door, so you're protected at night if you left early or left late. they use a cell phone and they could call you when you, or if you could call them if you're going running late, and they could go to somebody else and then get it organized. But you wouldn't you take rid of all this traffic on the street at rush hour. I've seen it, and sometimes it gets pretty rush hours. But your company could have several shuttle buses. I don't. Maybe the federal government could just pay for them just completely. We could build companies just to build the shuttle buses. Build them big enough there's room for you to get on them. 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes. What else? Paid sick days. Paid the boy sub, girl sub, Down syndrome. There's some other. Okay, the prison guards. Okay, about the pay the people to like people sitting behind the desk to investigate old crimes. They may, if you're in a prison, if you know you're innocent and they investigate it and found DNA and it's not yours. If they go through a box of DNA and see the DNA wasn't yours, it may be sitting there in the box. And if you look at the DNA and see the DNA isn't yours, maybe you can get out of jail. So I don't know if you can vote, but if you vote and they go through a box and say, hey, this DNA couldn't be his, maybe you can get somebody out of jail. Let me think. What else? But the defense attorneys are $600 an hour. He gets to hire people to investigate crimes at $300 an hour. I said this on previous, so that's repeating myself. I know you don't like to listen to that. Whoops, my face is in the picture. But that will be the end of this. Red number 6 is painted on the wrong side. You can see the cell phone tape. But presidential candidate David Formhals, you're electing the ideas, not the man. We as the democratic society vote for what we as the people want, not what the politicians say we're going to get. They get into Congress, they get tied up. I'm going to have the Department of Peace, where the Department of Peace just hires these people and they do what the city government wants them to do. You tell the city government, this is what we want. And the city government just automatically hires the people, and the people are just paid out of this organization without even going to the federal government. But the Department of Peace just doles out the money without going to the federal government.